With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. When you talk about this Seahawk defense,
they're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. from the gun on third down. Meyer.
Looking deep here for Flowers.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to...
They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They go play action here on first down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out. Yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Robinson.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
Connects with Kittle underneath. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on: catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6. The same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
He can really smell 800 catches right now, because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Now Hurts looking to change the play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 17-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else. Play action. Here's Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
7-7, our score after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The Seahawks at 4-7 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Meyer. That pass complete to Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll change things up. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
flush to his right. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown.
Jackson Smith and Jigba
from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Connects with Kittle underneath. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping it.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Off the play fake. Meyer.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Meyer. That's caught. It's Flowers. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. This one caught by Kittle. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
2nd and 10. And complete to Drake London.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
A final shot before break. Meyer. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Meyer. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Back to throw. Meyer. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left.
Looking deep here for Flowers. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Making the tackle there, Martin Emerson.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking to throw. Meyer, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
2nd down and 6 now.
Back to throw. Meyer. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They go play action with Hurts. Throw left side, there's London.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And we all know how talented this guy is. He's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game,
need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
63, 63, 63.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
And it's caught.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Defense, 1 stop.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now a handoff as they run left side.
And able to get this to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll buy some time right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Come on, set. Ready.
Looking to throw. Meyer. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that'll keep this a 22-point game.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Crowd left Yeti. Alpha. Delta.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Now for the point after. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And now an audible here into something else. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six.
Flushed out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Who knows one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Throwing is Hurts.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Rolling to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hurts.
Rolling to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Hurts will throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
No idea what the top speed is. I know those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.